from Japan. Just put a little video together for you guys. Hopefully you enjoy. We got everything in there from the very beginning to the very end, from what we ate, where we went, what we liked, what we didn't like.
So yeah, we actually started this like in the afternoon, and now it's dark outside. So you'll get to see a little bit of everything and what we could remember from our trip, but we'll put some little tips at the bottom too.
I think it's been like 4 hours now.
Yeah.
So hopefully this doesn't
So hopefully
suck.
we can put, or hopefully it's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here we go.
Here we go.
We just got back from Japan and we want to share everything we've done. But before we do that, I think we want to start with some of just like the random things that we learned. The biggest one that I found mind-blowing was that there's no garbages. So you're going to have to carry your trash with you. Tip is we would just kind of go into a 7-Eleven and be like, hey, we bought this sandwich, but now can we give you our other garbage? And most of the time they'd take it.
And I forget, I think at one of the 7-Elevens they told you no.
Probably.
Yeah, I think the one they said no, and then the next one we bought quite a bit of stuff, and she was like, okay. And
Okay.
took it. So
Yeah, if you go into a Starbucks or McDonald's, you can throw out your garbage there. Otherwise, just bring an extra bag and you do have to lug it around with you and take it back to your hotel or wherever you're staying. Another matter was the toilets. This was my favorite thing because Matt was terrified of these toilets.
you sure did enjoy that.
Oh, it was hilarious. We will show a clip, actually. Let's show it right now.
Let's not show the clip.
No, I'm going to.
Matt's having some major issues.
Yeah, I really hate the toilet. Like, I thought they were supposed to be smart toilets, but it's like the dumbest toilet I've ever been on in my life. It flushes on me while I'm still on it. The seat closes on me while I'm still on it. It makes weird sounds. The light, it's a censored light. It keeps going off on me while I'm in there. It went off about 4 times, so it's like pitch black.
Maybe you shouldn't take so long in the bathroom.
I was in there for like 5 minutes.
I didn't have any problems.
No.
Okay, I need you to come sit on the toilet. Come.
No, I'm not gonna...
Just do it.
No, I don't want to.
I don't care. This is the one thing I'm asking of you today. Go sit on the toilet.
No, 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 I don't want to do this. I really don't like this. No, please. I really don't. Ah! Oh my god!
It's not that bad.
Oh my.
What don't you like about it?
This is insane. That was way more intense than I was expecting, and it's still going, and it's still going.
So you're not a fan? You want me using that again?
No, God, no.
Do you want to have a dirty
I feel
bomb?
like I'm having wet diarrhea. Like,
Okay. So yeah, the toilets are definitely different, and after you get used to it, it is kind of nice, but it takes a little while
I caught
to get
him
used to.
looking up how we can get one for our house.
I do
So
want one at the
he came
house.
around.
I do want one at the house now, but the first like week, I absolutely hated it.
Anyways, it then cleans your bottom for you, dries it for you, and everyone in Japan is walking around with a clean tush, and I think that that's wonderful.
The one even had a perfume setting.
Yeah, it was like a deodorizer.
Yeah, that's what it was called.
Oh, and in Disney, they actually sang to you. So like while you were going, it would be like whoosh, whoosh.
The best part about the bathrooms here is there's like a noise machine.
Another tip is it is rude to walk while you're eating or drinking. They kind of want you to take a step aside, eat, drink, and then move along. A lot of places just take cash. So you want to have some. So yes, 100,000 yen is $100 Canadian or 70 US. So you just explain 7-Eleven right now then. Or there's also, I think, Weston's or Family Mart, and they're all kind of the same.
They look the same.
Not like North American convenience stores at all.
I mean, kinda.
They have the same feel, like they're not any fancier or...
That's what I was kind of expecting.
Yeah.
I thought they were gonna be like super clean, super fancy, like high tech or whatever, but they were actually kind of felt the exact same, but they offered a lot more stuff.
You could live off the food.
Yeah,
at
and
the
that was
7-Elevens.
also very cheap.
Yep.
Like, what were those little
I think they're called onigiri balls. Or like,
onigiri or ongiri?
I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But they're like these little triangle rice things with seaweed and yummy, delicious like tuna in the middle. And every time I walked by one, I wanted one.
Yeah, they're actually really good, and I think they were like $2 for
Yep.
one of those, and they're actually like pretty filling.
For sure.
And they had a ton of different food, like the onigiri. They had, I don't know, a lot of weird looking stuff, but almost everything we tried was really good.
Yeah,
Oh,
the sandwiches, oh my God. The egg salad, the strawberry, both to die for.
I think those are the only 2 we tried.
No, we also tried the orange and pineapple one.
Right, so we
is
tried
okay.
like 2 fruit ones that came with fruit and whipped cream and white bread. But I think the thing to talk about is the white bread. Like
Yeah.
the bread was so soft, it was so fresh, it was so like it was like
Magic
some
bread.
of the best bread I've ever had, and it comes in like a bag at 7-Eleven.
And they were also like $2 each.
Yeah, so pretty cheap.
Yep.
Go to 7-Eleven, get a beer, and walk around the city drinking it. Like there's no like liquor laws, I think, like open liquor.
You're allowed to do that.
And
freely.
get on the bus, get on the transit, whatever.
Smoking, I think you're not allowed to smoke in the streets though.
No, I don't think
I
so
think
either.
that's like taboo, but
I don't think I saw anybody smoking.
me either. So trains basically just go into like Google Directions or Google Maps and punch in where you want to get to and from. Hit the little train button and it will show you exactly where to go. It's awesome. It'll even tell you like the platform you should get on, which is the quickest exit. It'll show you where to enter, where to exit. If you're trying to get to a certain hotel, it'll be like you're better off to use exit 6B or whatever instead of the closest one, because that will take you and actually be less steps.
See, I know none of this.
Yeah.
I had no idea how it happened. I would just get down to the station. They'd
be nice.
They'd give me a ticket. I'd put it in the little thing and follow them to the train.
You can also download onto your phone the Suica card, which you just go into Apple, like basically like your Apple Wallet, and you can add it. And
So is the Suica card an app?
No, it's not even an app because I just added it straight to my wallet, and I added $10, which was 1,000 yen, and then every time I'd go through transit, I don't know if this works for like the bullet trains and everything. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. But just like your day-to-day throughout Tokyo, I would just tap whenever I'd go in. And then that way, if you lose your card, because also when you go in through the train and you take your card, you have to keep it because you need it to exit.
Right.
We did have one problem of that where we lost a ticket. And
She must have found it.
no, she didn't. She just walked quickly behind
Oh,
Mandy
really?
and we worked out. It was fine.
I didn't notice
Yep.
that either.
Yeah.
But I always had my ticket.
Surprisingly.
Yeah. But I did notice it is super efficient. It's quick. It's easy.
When you're walking up escalators too in the train station, everyone stands to the left. And also you'll find like on sidewalks, they drive on the left. So everyone just stays to the left. And then if you want to walk up the escalator because you're in a rush, you'll move to the right and just walk by everyone.
And it's actually really nice. Like it's a busy train station and everyone follows that rule.
We used Klook for all of our private transfers. So like if we needed to get, for instance, from our hotel in Tokyo to Tokyo Disney, I just booked through this program called Klook. Super easy. I was kind of like, I don't know if our driver's going to show up, but every day before the travel date, they would message you on WhatsApp and be like, hey, I'm whatever, your driver for tomorrow, and have your number, just confirming this is where I pick you up and this is the time and this is where I'm taking you. And you say, yep, because they can just translate, which is nice. You just talk through that. And it worked like a charm. A tip to be polite, you never put your chopsticks vertically in your food. It's just rude. And Google Translate will be your best friend. Absolutely download it. You can either like voice record and hold it up to someone as they're talking. It instantly tells you what they're saying and you can repeat back, which is nice. And you can also do the camera version. So if you're looking at a restaurant menu, you can just hold it up and it tells you
that's super
what
handy.
you might not want, for instance. Another tidbit about bathrooms is in the public transit, there was no soap. So it's kind of gross. And
there was no soap in the public transit? I never went to the bathroom in the public transit, so I wouldn't know that, but that's kind of weird.
So every time you'd go, there's just no soap and there's no paper towels. So basically I'd be like having wet hands and then having to come out and use hand sanitizer right away.
I always go out with wet hands and just dry them off in my armpits, and then she comes out and
I go like this.
And I go like this.
Swipe.
Yeah, so that's nice.
So he may not know where to get us places, but at least he dries my hands.
Yes, and I have wet armpits all the time, thanks to her.
You're welcome. Oh, and then no tipping at any of the restaurants, anywhere you go, no tipping.
It's actually pretty nice.
It's so nice because you're not adding 20% onto every meal you have.
It feels weird at first, though,
it does.
because like you want to tip these people, and they are like such hard workers there.
Oh my God,
I've never seen
best.
people work so hard. I've never seen people like hustle around and get whatever you need, and your water glass is empty. They fill it up right away, and then you want to tip them, but you can't.
Yep. Like leaving money for the maid. Like I was told not to, and that they'd be confused. So I didn't, but it just seemed weird to me.
Most people don't do that here either.
Oh, I think you should always tip your housekeepers.
I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think most people leave money on their bed for their housekeeper.
I think most people do.
Well,
I think you should if you don't.
Let us know in the comments. Do you leave money on your bed?
For housekeeping.
Yeah.
I think you should. And my favorite thing is everyone would bow at you. I just felt so nice.
They bow when you come. They bow when you go.
Like a full bow.
Yeah.
Like, man, you're going to have really good flexibility in your back as you age.
They're literally the friendliest, nicest people out of anywhere I've ever been.
I agree. Totally. The Japanese.
Like by far.
Totally.
In Japan, just like everyone's like, it seems like they're like genuinely friendly.
Totally.
And the one thing I loved about Disney there, everyone just waves at each other.
True.
Like everyone waves at each other.
You're getting on a ride and then so we'd like wave and then you stop and they're still like.
And it's not even the employees. Like other people
Yeah.
at the parks. Like you're on Splash Mountain and everyone's like waving as you're coming down, or like we're going by on the boat,
Totally.
going by Tom Sawyer Island, and everyone on Tom Sawyer Island sees us and is waving, and everyone on the boat's waving back. Like
It's true.
it's kind of
It's just
weird
friendly.
at
It's
first,
nice.
but yeah, it's just like friendly and happy and
Positivity.
yeah, I like that a lot actually.
Me too.
It wasn't like that everywhere, but in Disney specifically,
Mhm.
everyone waves to each other.
Jet lag was the worst. Coming back from Japan, it like wrecked me.
Yeah, she didn't do very well.
No.
But I've been getting up at like 6:30 every morning.
I usually don't get to bed till 6:30, so
Yeah, well.
getting better. So we started off, we left Calgary. It was a 10.5-hour flight there.
Yeah, I think so.
9 on the way back, which was great.
Direct flight from Calgary, which
Yep.
is nice, direct to Tokyo.
I made little snacks for everybody. So we had popcorn and some snacks, which was really nice to actually have like homemade buttered popcorn. And I looked forward to this for like a whole week, being like, I'm going to get on that plane and I'm going to eat buttered popcorn and I'm going to watch a movie. And
She
it was
very excited.
lovely.
She was very,
Oh, and I also
very
made homemade
excited.
truffles and
Yep.
chocolate covered strawberries. So before you arrive, you want to fill out the customs form online. We'll put a little link in the bottom description here, but fill it out before you go. It's just talking about where you're coming from, if you're bringing any livestock, that type of stuff. You know, if you're
Once
bringing a
ag-
cow with you.
Once again, that was all her.
Yeah, so he got in, I handed in my phone and said, here, scan this QR code, and off Matt went.
I don't even remember that.
Into Japan he goes.
Yeah, it was nice.
After I handed him his passport, of course.
So if you're going to Japan, I recommend you get someone like a Caitlin to
Yeah.
go with you so she can organize everything,
Mhm.
pay for everything.
Or your sister.
Yeah, and that's
Between
what I
the
mean,
two of us,
someone
because she
like-
did so much planning.
Yeah.
She probably even did more than me.
I don't know, but I didn't have to do any planning.
Yeah.
I don't think Dave did either.
No.
Mandy and Avery. So basically, yeah, you just need someone who can plan well and do all that.
But sometimes we can get bossy, so
Yeah,
it comes with that.
yeah, that's okay. It's worth it.
But I'm like, you there now.
It's worth it.
So yeah, we got in. We had Kluke, a van, pick us up. Okay, so when it says a 5-seater, it really means a 5-seater. You kind of think that you get that back row of the van. We had so much luggage. Like I had 2 bags myself. You had one. Like everyone had a big bag, and there was
backpacks
6 of us,
Yeah,
and there was only 5 seats. So we had to squish.
yeah.
It was.
I'm surprised
Yeah.
the guy actually took us.
Me
When
too.
he first saw us, he's like, "You're not
He's like,
gonna
no,
fit."
and I'm like, we'll make it work on Google Translate.
Yeah, and I think
And
he
he's
was a
just
little
like,
nervous.
Okay.
We had like, I think Avery or Mandy or whatever had their like huge suitcase on
Yep.
their lap. Basically, I had my huge suitcase right in
For
front
sure.
of me.
Poor Mandy was like squished in the back beside me.
Yeah, because there's a 2-seater and there's 3 of you in there, so it was super tight, super uncomfortable, but we
We
made it work.
And I think so. It took us about an hour and a half to get from the airport, which we flew into Narita, I think is how you say it, to downtown Tokyo. It was about an hour and a half, and I think it was $150. So we stayed at the Prince Gallery Tokyo
super awesome
Luxury Collection Hotel.
Super awesome hotel, super nice,
Yep.
super clean. Everyone was friendly, staff was great.
Yep.
It's on the 36th floor of this really tall high rise, which is really cool. Taught me to be concise. That's what you wanted.
Yep.
So super nice views of the city, like actually amazing views. I thought that was like one of the highlights of the hotel. Really nice bar. With an amazing view of the city, especially at night. Like it's super cool. Well,
Yeah.
it's cool day and night, but I like it more at night with all the lights and everything like that.
We'll do a whole video on the hotels too of everywhere we stayed.
Yeah, sure.
Yep.
So just glance over it right now.
For
Nice
sure.
hotel, clean, good.
Yep.
Good
People were
staff.
great.
Breakfast was
Amazing.
that was my favorite meal of the whole trip was the
True.
breakfast at this
the
hotel.
free breakfast.
Yeah. Well, the free breakfast there is like this huge buffet. The view is amazing. The
Mhm.
service is fantastic. So I could literally just sit there and eat for like 2 hours.
So the first day we got up, we did a traditional tea ceremony. It's like the matcha, where the lady explains everything, explains how you set up a tea room, how you actually create or make the like matcha recipe.
Yeah, there's a whole like system to it.
Yep.
And the lady was like, she seemed like she was like legit, like
For sure.
genuine type
There was a
lady.
translator in the room.
Yeah, and she's wearing her like robe or
Mhm.
whatever it's called, the garment. I don't know what it's
Yep.
called. And they have the translator and they make the tea for us and she shows us how to do it.
And then
all
we
the
all do the
process.
tea too. And every time she does it, it's like 3 scoops. So first she makes us one, and then we have to make our own, and then we're supposed to drink it. So I feel like I had 6 matchas in one sitting, which
Yeah.
was great, but I was a little buzzed leaving there.
But I feel
was
like
fun.
the buzz from matcha is actually pretty, like,
Yep,
it's not like a jittery buzz.
totally. Yeah,
So
it was
like it gives you some energy, but it's like clean energy.
Yep. And from there, we went across the street to
Right.
this area. I think it was in the
Something
Minato
district.
district. Yep.
What's nice is it's literally a 5-minute walk from
For
the
sure.
hotel. So if you're staying at that hotel, you just literally cross the street and go down
Yep.
across the river, and you're there.
And then we had ramen, which is really good. You order off a vending machine, which is cool. So you put in the money, you hit all the things you want, and then you hand it to the...
Spits you out a ticket.
Yep.
You take that ticket, give it to the cooks.
Totally.
They cook it and put it in front of you.
And this place had vinegar and seasoning salt at all, or like a chili seasoning.
And she loves vinegar.
Oh my God, love it. So I got to put that in my soup, which made it even more top-notch for me.
Yeah.
It wasn't the best ramen we had on the trip, which we'll get to later,
No.
but it was really good.
Yeah, better than anything we get here, I think.
Yep. And on that same street, they had the cutest little pet shop that had these adorable dogs.
I wanted to take some home.
Yeah, you weren't allowed to pet them or anything.
I know. It's like they have these open cages where the puppy's just sitting there looking at you, and like you want to pet it. And right when you go to, they say, "Don't touch."
I think the lady didn't actually even like us being in there because the other pet store we passed when we were there basically said if you don't live here, you can't come in.
They want only locals who can actually buy the dogs.
And fair enough. They don't need to torture the animals with people like us coming in.
Well, and like, there's so many tourists and stuff going by that it would just be like a madhouse.
So then from there, we took transit. So we took the train over to Shibuya, which was cool. I loved the area. It's actually supposed to be the busiest crossing in all of the world.
Yeah, I think you said sometimes there's like 3,000 people crossing at one time.
Yep. Which is insane.
Yeah, but it doesn't surprise me at all when you see this area. There's so many people. So
we for sure were the assholes that stopped and did the time lapse so we could see all the hustle and bustle around us.
Yeah, you'll see the video.
But it did make for a really cool video, and I made Matt do it, and then Matt's dad, Glenn, and I also did a video, which is really cool. My favorite part of that whole area, though, so this is the Shibuya area, was the fruit store. Because these fruits are like the most fanciest, perfect fruits you'll ever see. A mango was like $80. They had white strawberries that were $16 a strawberry. The cantaloupe, which was like $260
for one cantaloupe.
Yeah, it was crazy. But I wanted it so bad.
I know. We should have just done it, or at least the strawberries. We did try a new fruit there,
mangosteen.
A mangosteen, which I'd never even heard of that.
Because it was like $5. So I'm like, we can try that.
Yeah, and it was good.
And
it was interesting.
I'd try it again.
Yeah, it was cool looking and stuff. Definitely something different. But we should have tried one of those expensive ones just to see what the hype's about.
From there, we got to go to Matt's favorite place, Happy Pancake.
Well, I think this was your favorite place.
Yes. I wanted to go there so bad. All I wanted was a fluffy pancake. Ever since my boss's daughter sent me this place for like fluffy pancakes, I'm like, I don't care about anything else. I just want a fluffy pancake.
And we got you a fluffy
pancake.
Yeah,
we had to wait about 20 minutes. You go and you put your name down, and then they call you, which wasn't too bad.
Yeah, you take a little elevator up. It's on like the second or third floor.
It's kind of hidden.
Yeah, it's like you don't even notice it at all. It's kind of weird. Like these things are kind of tucked away sometimes. And yeah, you go up there. There's a little bit of area to wait around. The pancakes were really good.
I loved them. And Matt got 3 sides of ice cream.
And they're kind of savory pancakes, but then they give you like sweet toppings like berries and whipped cream and ice cream.
First thoughts of fluffy pancakes.
Very good.
What do you like about it?
I mean, it's kind of hard to explain because I think it's made out of egg, which seems kind of weird. But it's nice and fluffy. It's light. It's airy. The whipped cream is very, very
really
good
rich.
whipped cream. It's like a really thick whipped cream. The ice cream's good. And I really like the berry. What kind of berries is it?
I think maybe blackberry.
You don't think so?
No, not blackberry.
What do you think it is then?
But it doesn't matter because I got the happy pancake.
I got the grumpy one. I got the mean pancake.
So fluffy I could die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That Monsters Inc.?
No, it's Despicable Me. Then from there we started walking to the
shrine.
Meiji shrine. Meiji. I don't know how to say it. Which I was really excited for. We finally get to this park. Oh, on the way we saw this man walking 20 dogs at once.
Yeah, all these little puppies. Well, not puppies, I guess, but these little dogs. Couldn't tell if they were all his dogs or he was a dog walker. Hard to tell because they're all kind of dressed up and had diapers on and stuff, which I think is kind of normal there.
Probably because you'd never like let a dog poop and just leave it.
Yeah, I think they literally have diapers because they want their dog to they change their diapers rather than have it.
I don't think I'd want a dog then.
No, I don't. Yeah, gross.
But yeah, it was really cute. And
the walk there was actually cool.
It was.
Like kind of seeing everything outside of Shibuya and all that on the way. And we stopped at 7-Eleven and got some drinks.
Of course.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then made our way to
the shrine.
And it looked really
It
beautiful.
looked so nice. Like this park is beautiful. The trees were like
and it's
100 feet tall.
A super cool contrast being like in super dense city.
Yep.
And then literally you just like cross the street and all of a sudden it's like this giant forest.
I don't know. Maybe the trees weren't 100 feet, but I feel like they were.
They were big trees.
They're big trees.
They're probably 100 feet.
Yeah.
I don't know. But they were big trees.
So
And kind of like the canopy came over the path and stuff like that.
It was gorgeous
Yeah.
until.
Yeah. We made it like, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes walking in and then it just started trickling a little bit, raining. And then within a couple minutes,
it was like torrential downpour.
A downpour.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then that night for dinner, don't shoot the messenger. We did go to Nobu, and I love Nobu so much. So do you.
We're big Nobu fans.
We want to go to every Nobu that exists in this world.
Yeah.
But we get it's like weird. Why would you go to Nobu when you go all the way to Japan?
But Nobu is a sushi type of place,
True.
and we're in Japan where
it was
fresh
delicious.
fish and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it was very, very good.
Yep.
The drinks are always good. The vibe there is really
Yep.
good. The food was good. So I'd recommend Nobu.
Me too.
The Nobu just makes me happy
Why?
because of the lychee martinis, or lychee, and I don't know how to say it. Nor do I even care because I'm so happy.
There we went to this little hidden bar at the Sequence Hotel, and they like apparently, so we thought you just like had to show up and hope to get in, but they're like, no, you have to make reservations in advance, which I couldn't find anywhere in advance before we went.
Right.
So after some finagling, they finally said, okay, we'll let you go just see what it's all about. So they gave us, you show like a little key that's digital on their Instagram. Then they give you a lantern and a real key. You take the lantern over to this huge painting on the wall, and the door opens for you, and you walk in and like up some stairs to the bar.
So what did you think of the little lounge up there?
Wasn't impressed at all.
No, I'm glad we didn't.
Me too. Wait for it.
Yeah,
or
wait for it or jump through
go back.
crazy hoops or something to go see it because
For sure.
it's literally just this tiny little bar. It's not very nice.
It's super cool how you get in. Like it's literally a painting and you have to like jump up like a huge ledge to get up. But.
Yeah, I get how it's like got that allure to it and stuff and that like, Instagrammable thing or whatever. But once you get up there, it's like, this is it.
For sure.
Next morning, we got up and went to Tusiki Fish Market.
Yep.
Really cool, big outdoor market. It's not really a fish market. It's just like a ton of vendors of food where people just go and get lunch and breakfast.
Just fun
and
to
stuff
try
like that.
everything that like you have seen and wanted to try in Japan is all in one place.
Yeah, and they have literally, we were there for like 2 hours.
We'll do actually a full video on just that market.
Yeah, but we literally we were there for 2 hours and saw just like a tiny piece of it.
Yep, it's true. But delicious. What was your favorite thing?
The ice cream.
What about it?
It basically tastes like they just take a very heavy cream, turn it into ice cream somehow, and this delicious thin like cookie crust cone.
You said it reminds you of a cookie my mom makes.
Yeah, it's like those sugar cookies.
Okay.
Reminds me of a sugar cookie, but it's like a super thin sugar cookie made into a cone, which is the best ice cream. And the ice cream is it's not sweet. It's almost like there's no sugar in it.
Yep.
Which some people might not like, but it's pretty popular.
Oh my God, it was
there,
like
and
amazing.
So you liked it. My dad loved it.
Yep.
And thankfully, we thought it was just at that fish market, but then as we were like exploring more, we found that they have that ice cream kind of everywhere.
Yep, for sure.
So that was awesome.
And from there, we took a bus.
Yeah, the bus was not a fun experience.
No, it was like crammed in there. I don't like buses to begin with.
We were literally like sardines on this bus, and then there's like this huge group of people waiting to get on the bus. I'm like, oh, well, they're not going to get on. And all of a sudden they open the door and just start coming in. And then all of a sudden it's like you're like just keep getting more packed in. Like, it was
an experience.
Yeah. Thankfully, the bus ride was only like 10 minutes or something, but it felt like an hour.
Totally. So then we went to TeamLabs, which so here's my thoughts on TeamLabs. Super cool. If you want to get that like Instagram or amazing photo, it's your place. If you want more of the culture of Japan, not your place.
Dude, I know it's super popular in Tokyo, and it was really cool.
It was super cool. There's just too many people for me.
Yeah, it was definitely super busy.
So you want that photo that you see everyone else. Like, yeah, I could go and do some edits to remove some people, which maybe I'll do. Right. Now that I think of it. But there was just too many people. Yeah,
I thought it was really cool. I'm glad we did it. It definitely took a little longer than I guess maybe I would have liked.
Yep.
Because it was like 3 hours or something like that.
So they kind of break it into different rooms. Like one was like a forest, one was water. So for the water one, you have to take off your shoes and like you need to basically be above your knee or else you'll be soaked.
I guess it depends how tall you are, but you don't want to be wearing like tight jeans or like you want shorts on or something like that.
Because one member of our group got completely soaked her pants.
Yeah, because they don't really warn you that like, oh, the water actually gets fairly deep at some point. So you need to be able to like roll your pants up to a certain length. And it's like, they don't really warn you that. So it was cool though. Like that one room, I don't know, you'll have to just see the photos and stuff like that. But tons of different rooms, different themes to them. and it was very interesting. So
Totally.
glad we checked it out. I thought it was a pretty cool experience, but I do understand that
if you want the culture, there's no culture of Japan whatsoever there.
Yeah, like it literally could be anywhere. It
Yep.
could be in Dubai, it could be in New York, it could be in your backyard. Like,
totally.
Yeah, so.
And then that night we went to a steakhouse called like Ginza Steakhouse. Totally recommend.
Yes.
It was all you can eat Kobe Wagyu.
Don't forget, all you can eat, all you can drink. For
It,
an extra $30.
Yes. So it's $90 per person for the food. We asked the server like how many ounces each serving was. We found out that we all had 22 ounces of meat on top of the rice, on top of, because they give you little appetizers. Like it was like 4 courses before you
really
even.
Good.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah, like a little soup, a little fish appetizer, and then a couple other things.
Totally.
And then they give you dessert.
And so they just kind of keep giving you different cuts of meat. You don't get to pick what cut you get. They just point to where on the cow it came from and show you.
Some are more tender and better than others.
Yep.
They were all good, but some were better. Like what you consider Wagyu. When you think of Wagyu,
right.
Like some weren't quite that, and then some were exactly that. So,
totally.
But they literally just keep feeding you, like you said, different cuts.
And he got his money's worth of the booze.
Yeah.
I just opted for like 1 glass of nice champagne because she
was thinking like, oh, I don't want to get the all you can drink because it's going to be cheap stuff.
Yeah.
But the whiskey,
I get a headache if I
forget what the whiskey was, but it was something like Jameson. Like it was a fine whiskey, like totally good. Like one double in Calgary or something would be the price of the all you can drink or something like that. So
True.
It's totally worth it. And then also all you can have beer, and I think it was like the normal beer.
I had to cut him off. I was like, you've had enough. I know it's free, but
I think I had like 3 whiskeys.
We may never go to an all-inclusive resort. I think you would die.
Yeah, I probably would.
This might be one of my favorite meals here. Probably my favorite meal. All you can eat food, all you can eat drinks. $150, not cheap. I think it was $180 with the drinks, so not cheap, but really, really good. Steak's been fantastic. Service has been really good, actually.
I feel shaky.
Yeah, I probably had about 20.
I know that my heart rate's like 180.
Your heart rate?
I know. That might be why.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Don't eat anymore. We don't want
Because
you
he wants mine.
We don't. No. We don't want
Should
you
I
having a
put it in
heart.
a bib? Oh, I did spill. See, good thing I had it.
I know.
2 people did get sick in the middle of the night after
2
we
or
ate
3.
way too much.
Yeah.
And then my stomach was not okay.
Yeah.
So
it's just such a rich, fatty cut of meat that I don't think eating 20 to 25 ounces is like your body just can't really handle it. I actually felt fine.
I was like shaking. I was like, I need to go home.
Because I remember when you cut me off, you're like, no more food, no more drinks.
Yep.
And I was like, whatever, like I'm fine. And then I'm like, okay, you're probably right. I thought I would feel crappy, but I actually felt okay.
Okay. But I would absolutely recommend this place.
Yeah,
Service
me
was
too.
great. Food was delicious.
And where was it?
It was in Ginza.
And Ginza's awesome.
Ginza district. Beautiful. Like the Tiffany's building was like a whole skyscraper that was blue, like Tiffany blue, decorated to the nines. Gorgeous area.
And yeah, this had, I mean, if you don't like this kind of stuff, I could see you not liking it, but it's Louis Vuitton, it's Burberry.
And it's super clean. Like I'm not going shopping at all these places, but like it's beautiful.
Tall buildings, clean. I really like that area. I would have stayed longer, but somebody had a tummy ache and
I had to go home. I needed to be horizontal. And then the next morning, what did we do? Tokyo. Oh, your family was leaving.
Right.
So we went and did Tokyo Tower because we were going to Disney later in the day. So we had a driver picking us up. So we had some time to kill. We did Tokyo Tower. We
walked to Tokyo Tower.
Yeah, which was great.
Yeah, it's like a 30-minute walk or something. Yep. Really cool walk. I like walking through cities because you really get a feel of what it looks like and what there is there.
We saw the American Embassy, which made you happy.
Yeah,
Matt got his picture in front of it.
Walked by the American Embassy. That was cool.
Ton
guards
of guards
everywhere, police everywhere.
Couldn't even walk on one side of the street.
Yeah, it was like way more secure
than anywhere else.
Well, it was also just, I thought like the guards would have been like American.
True.
But they're all like Japanese. It was like Japanese police and stuff. So they must have some sort of deal. But that kind of surprised me. But yeah, super cool walk to the tower. Got there. Tower was cool.
I would go to the tower.
Yeah.
I would not maybe go to the first deck.
Yeah.
Absolutely do not go to the second deck.
I agree.
It made me homicidal.
Yeah.
Like trying to get out of there when you just want to get out because you only have so much time and you're being shoved in like sardines and herded like cattle.
It literally took like to go from the second deck to the top and back down was probably an hour and a half.
Yep.
And like the view wasn't that much different.
No, and so this is our recommendation. Go to our hotel that we stayed at.
Yes.
Go have a drink at the Prince Gallery Luxury Resort because they're on the 36th floor and you get to see that amazing view without having to do the craziness.
Yeah, like we were saying, I could see that tower being really cool if you didn't have a
The views.
high-rise hotel view like we did. So
Oh,
just go
but
to
they
our
had a
hotel.
really cute squid mascot. I loved him.
I don't really remember the squid.
He wasn't like a real mascot. He was like a little stuffed animal, and then I saw a little like plastic
You have a
thing
photo
of him.
of it?
I do.
Okay, well, we'll show you.
Yeah. And from there, we went to the Abuzi Hills Market. I'm not sure if
Right.
I'm saying that right. Super bougie, luxury, beautiful mall. We didn't have too much time, and we were really hungry, so we didn't really get to see the mall per se.
We were
but
basically looking for food.
yeah. So we went to this burger place. We'll tag it, whatever it was called.
Yeah.
I loved my burger. I thought it was actually the best burger of the trip, and we did do some other
So
really
it
good
was
burgers.
a Wagyu burger place. So all
Yep.
the beef was Wagyu beef.
Only problem was
So she ate her burger. At her very last bite, she like picks a little something out from the meat and throws it on the plate. I'm like, what's that? She's like, it was like a chewy bit.
Mhm.
I was like, every bite I had a chewy bit.
so I'm glad I didn't have that.
Yeah. So
So he just kept swallowing them.
I know. I don't know what I was thinking. They were like the flavor was good, but that chewing bit of
Yeah.
every bite was disgusting. Interesting.
Yeah, so then we rushed back to our hotel because we had a driver picking us up to take us to Disney. We thought the drive to Disney was going to be like an hour,
Yeah.
but it was actually 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So
You're there before you know it.
yep, it was really quick, really great ride, super easy. For Disney, I think we'll do like a whole video on Disney on its own and the hotel that we stayed at, which we stayed at the Sheraton. Next time we'd absolutely stay at a Disney resort.
Yeah.
You have to get up to the moment to like book those hotels because they sell it fast.
The Miracosta or the I forget what the other one's
Tokyo
called.
Disneyland Hotel, I
I
think.
think there's 3 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's stay at one of those because they looked beautiful.
Yeah.
But
and you're
basically,
like connected to the park.
yeah. And then they at our hotel too. I did like the hotel. It was nothing like fancy or anything, but it did the trick. It had a really great
And
lounge.
thankfully, yeah, we were on the club level, and the
Yep.
club lounge was awesome.
Totally.
The bar was fantastic. They had Patron. They had like
All you can drink just was great.
which is crazy. So
So at our Disney hotel, they had a flight simulator, which I thought was really cool.
and so it's like a commercial airliner flight
Yep.
simulator, and it's actually kind of
Like a
crazy
747.
because you like walk into it and they have like rows of seats.
It's like a legit simulator where people come to train
Yeah.
and pilots get their hours in on. So it was actually a real flight simulator. Apparently, he wouldn't trust me to ever land the plane.
Yeah, I don't think
I crashed.
Yeah, you did. I would give you like a 4 out of 10.
2
No, you probably get like a 4 out of 10, and I
for
would
participation.
get like a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, he said he'd rather have Matt. But it was cool. You get to pick the airport you fly out of. So I picked Orlando. So you got to fly over like Magic Kingdom and
Yeah,
Epcot.
the guy had to like check the coordinates and
Yeah.
like put it all in the computer and stuff. He's like, all right, you got to go
Mhm.
this way, and we found Disney World and found the castle
Totally.
and found the ball at Epcot. So that was cool.
So now when I get on a plane, I feel less confident
Yes.
that I'm gonna actually make it to where I'm getting to.
Yeah, I know. Like for whatever reason, I always thought planes kind of like
Like
they
the
just-
landing gear. You actually have to push a button for the landing gear to come down.
Yeah.
It's not like it gets to an altitude and it just boop. Like what if the pilot forgets?
which I think happens sometimes.
I would forget.
And I always thought like planes were just kind of like you push a button and it's like autopilot.
Yeah.
And I thought they could like almost land themselves
Totally.
and stuff. But once you realize like how much work the pilot is actually doing to land that plane, it makes it a little more scary. Where
Yep.
it's like if they screw up,
Like you're really putting your life in those
you're all
pilots' hands.
dead every single time.
So for Disney, I would say if you can only do one park, Disneyland is very similar to any other Magic Kingdom park.
Yeah.
If you wanted to do DisneySea. It was so cool. Everything was different. It was very unique. The rides were amazing. I think it cost $70 per day to go, which is crazy because you pay at least $150 at any other park. And then you do have to pay. So we paid, I think, an extra $300 of just purchasing all the rides. So we did them all before noon even hit.
Yeah.
But I did not like a line, and I felt very good about our purchases.
And we just wanted to make sure we actually rode everything. Because
Yep.
like we're here for 1 or 2 days. Let's make sure we ride everything. And we did. So
Yep.
that was cool. And then when we went back with my family,
we
they rode everything as well.
Totally.
So like it's annoying because you do have to pay if you
Mhm.
want to ride everything. But it's totally worth it. Like you've gone that far, just spend the extra $100.
And if you wanted, I would do this. If you're not like a super avid Disney fan and you don't want to stay at the Disney resorts, just take a taxi in the morning or
Yeah.
a driver or even the train to get to Disney, go for the day and go home. Like
The only thing about that is if you do have to get in line at 7 in the morning,
it's an early day.
it's a really early day.
Yeah.
It was an early day for us. We had to get up at 6 to get ready for
Yeah.
being in
We'll
line
do a
at
whole video
7.
on Disney.
But yeah, I mean, you could make it work.
Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely. So then we took a private transfer from Disney back to Tokyo, and then from Tokyo Station we got on the bullet train, which I thought was awesome, super efficient. I think it was an hour and a half, 2 hours, and we got to Kyoto.
Yeah, it was super nice.
Yep.
And it was really cool on the way going right by Mount Fuji.
Oh yeah, so you can specifically request the Mount Fuji side so you can see it from the
Okay, I
train.
didn't know.
Yeah. Kyoto, I loved it. Matt liked Tokyo more.
Yes.
You like
I like just the big buildings and the big city and stuff like that, and kind of like the busyness. And Tokyo to me was also like cleaner and kind of like nicer.
Yep.
And then Kyoto is just like, it's older, it's a little dirtier.
I didn't think so.
Like definitely, like in Tokyo, I didn't notice garbage anywhere. In Kyoto, I did in spots. I was like, oh, it's like actually there's areas where there's like garbage on the ground.
And we stayed at the Westin Hotel, which I thought was really nice.
Yeah,
I would stay there again.
The Westin was awesome.
They had like a really nice spa and onsen area for everyone to use. I loved my onsen experience. You do have to go naked, so that was, at first I was kind of like, felt weird just like taking off all your clothes and was like walking around everywhere. You're kind of like, huh? But everyone else is doing it. You just have to get over that. And by the end, I like loved it. I was like, oh my God, I'm so free. Leave me naked everywhere. Yeah. And Matt's experience the first time was good, but the second one.
Yeah, we went twice. The first time was great. There was like maybe 5 people in the whole thing.
I went like 4 times.
So it was like super chill. And then the second time I went with her. She went in hers. I went into mine, and there was probably like 150 guys in there. And like little kids running around and like screaming, and like it's like, this is not relaxing in the slightest. So I just turned right around and waited for her to come out.
First morning in Kyoto, so I guess the first night when we got in, we went and had ramen. It was like the best ramen I've ever had.
And there was a line to get in, and they were all locals, or what it seemed like locals. So that's always a good sign. A little hole in the wall with like maybe 10 seats in total in there. My sister and brother-in-law and stuff were already there, and they called us and they're like, this is so good.
And he likes to pride himself on being a ramen connoisseur.
Yeah, like ramen is one of his favorite foods, and he's like, this is the best ramen I've ever had. You guys got to get down here. So,
he wasn't wrong. It was actually really, really good.
And they also had fried chicken too, which sounds kind of strange, but the fried chicken was
It's a big
really
thing in
good.
Japan, actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
Even at like ramen places?
Oh, I guess.
That's what seemed weird to me about it. But yeah.
Then some pork on rice. Everything was delicious. So much flavor. I would absolutely go again. They went again.
Yeah, they did.
Yep. So we had that. And then we went and walked around and we found our favorite ice cream again, the creamiest.
It was actually just like right down the street too, which was perfect. We were just
I was like, oh my God.
Randomly walking back. It's like, there it is.
Yep.
I can't explain this ice cream, but it's the best thing I've ever had in my life.
The best cone too.
It's like pure cream, no like vanilla flavoring or anything.
No sugar.
No.
Like it's not sweet. It's a little sweet, but not really.
Like it's like sweetness from the cream. Like I don't think they add sugar.
I don't think so either. It's literally just like pure cream. And then this one with the chocolate, it's like pure cream and cocoa.
Oh, we met a cat too.
Yeah.
That night. He was a really nice cat,
actually.
Yeah,
the cat was nice, and I was like petting it and hanging out, and after like 2 seconds, like, all right, let's go.
Totally.
What if I just made a friend?
Well, we had to get on our way.
Yeah, well.
I was hungry.
I like cat friends.
Yeah. And then the next morning, we kind of all had our own time. So we just slept in, took our time, had breakfast, and then we walked on the hunt for the best dumplings.
Yeah.
There's a place called Chow Chow. So we were in search for that. It was closed. So while it was closed, we went and walked along the river, which was not nice, if you ask me.
I mean, it was okay. Nothing too special, but what was
Looked
crazy.
prettier from the car.
Yeah, exactly. There's birds everywhere.
Oh my God.
Big hawks and seagulls and stuff. And at one point, some guy just like chilling by the river, like eating a sandwich, and a hawk came swooping down.
As he was eating the sandwich, like he was taking a bite of it, like could have scratched out his eyeballs.
Grabbed the sandwich and flew off and freaked everyone out, and he screamed, and yeah.
Him and his friend were laughing. I would have lost my shit.
Yeah, she was more scared than the guy who got the sandwich stolen from him.
Yeah, so we had to leave because I wasn't enjoying my time there after that.
Yeah, so then we went back into the city area and just kept kind of walking.
Oh, we found a liquor store.
Yeah,
and I got a matcha.
Yeah, she got a matcha, which she's obsessed with and loves.
I love them.
And the liquor store was good. They have like crazy prices. There was Dom Perignon
$130 Canadian.
Yeah, huge bottles of like Don Julio and Yeho for like $100, which in Canada would be like $250. So
totally,
the liquor prices there are.
Then we sat outside and had a sandwich.
Yeah, and a beer.
Yep.
We shared a tall Sapporo. No, actually, we had our own tall Sapporos.
Did we? No wonder I had to pee after.
Yeah, well, you had to pee before that. And then we sat down, drank that.
I always
had her
have to pee.
sandwich, and then she had to find a
I'm
bathroom.
always thirsty. I always have
Which
to pee.
actually, you found that bathroom along the street, and
it was clean.
It actually wasn't too bad. I used it as well.
I would recommend.
Yeah, not bad at all, actually.
Yeah, and then from there we finally found Chow Chow, which was great.
And maybe a 20-minute walk, 30-minute walk, something like that.
Dumplings were really good.
Yeah.
Definitely all tourists standing in lines. We were kind of like, is this a trap? Which it probably was, but it worked and it was delicious. I would go again.
It was like a 30-minute wait to get in. Decent amount of tables inside. Really
they only
busy.
have dumplings.
Yeah.
I think we had 53 dumplings. They were really good.
Yeah.
The chicken and mozzarella ones were actually surprisingly delicious.
Yeah, the table next to us, who was celebrating their 10-year anniversary.
Which is crazy. We were actually celebrating our 20th when we were at DisneySea.
Yeah, literally like 3 days before
Which,
that.
I don't, like, some people say you can't really call it an anniversary, but it was since the day that Matt said, in grade 10, hey, will you be my girlfriend? And I said yes, and he didn't have to wine or dine me or anything. And I was just like, oh my gosh, now we're together. So we never went on a date. And yeah, he asked me, I said yes, and here we are.
20 years later.
Yep. So after dumplings, I think we just went back to the hotel, maybe did the onsen. But I don't think we had dinner that night. Oh, I think it was the night we wanted to have room service.
Yes, but Caitlin said we could get room service, and then I pulled up the menu, found what I wanted, told her, and then she just didn't
No,
order
I
it.
kept saying, what do you want? He's like, oh, I don't know. I don't think I need anything. I'm like, okay, then, like, what do you want?
Well, that's funny because you have a video of me with the room service
yeah,
menu
he's literally like laying
open.
like this, passed out with the room service menu on his phone.
So clearly I wanted room service. You should have looked at the menu, seen what I was looking at, and ordered it. So when I woke up from my nap, it was waiting for me. But she didn't. So
sometimes I'm just not that smart.
So we both got kind of hangry, and we're kind of we
had a bitter, angry night.
Yeah.
We went to bed.
Well, no, actually, then we turned on Shrek.
Oh, yeah.
And that kind of elevated the mood again because Shrek's such a good movie, and it was
True.
funny, and the donkey and everything is like...
Shrek is really good.
Yeah, so we went to bed actually like feeling a little better.
Everybody knows Shrek's really good.
Yeah, well, I don't know if everyone does.
Everybody does. Shrek makes everything better.
Tell us in the comments below.
Everybody likes Shrek.
Does everyone like Shrek or not?
Yes.
Okay. So the next day we got up extra early actually so that we could just walk around and find some temples around our hotel.
Yep. So at like 6 a.m. we got up, which I am not a morning person, but it was totally worth it.
And there's a couple really good temples within like 30 minutes of our hotel, like a 30-minute walk, maybe even 25.
They're beautiful. Like you got to see like I think it was called the pagoda and all those things that you like when you see Kyoto, like these are the pictures that they show you. And there was nobody. So we got incredible photos of us without crowds of people around, and everything was beautiful and vivid. Beautiful morning. Yeah,
we really lucked out getting up early so we could see that without the crowds. And by the time we were leaving, like there was like a sea of people.
Were pouring in.
Yeah, so it's like everyone kind of gets there at like maybe 8.
Yep.
And we got there at like 7:30, so we had like a half hour without anybody there, which was like perfect. Got back to the hotel, got a cab to the train station.
Yep.
Got some McDonald's at the train station, which you have to try McDonald's when you're in a different
I agree.
country.
We always like to try the local McDonald's.
Yeah, whether you're in Italy, whether you're in Paris, wherever you are, you got to try McDonald's.
However, so tip of all tips, if you're going to go to Nara, you need to get the direct train. Because if you don't, apparently it's 20 stops along the way, and that would just make me die.
And I think it takes like hours.
Yeah, so it's a beautiful train there. It was direct. I think it was like 40 minutes.
We got a specific train on the way there.
Yeah, it was like the Nara Express or something.
And it was really nice.
And you have to book it to like the day that it becomes available because it's so popular because there's only so many seats. So Matt's sister like made sure she got it, which was awesome for us.
And you get off the train and you're basically right where kind of everything starts. Like you literally walk up a street 5 minutes.
And you see the deer right away.
And then there's deer and people everywhere.
Yeah, a lot of people. So the deer are cute. They totally do bow at you, but they're not bowing at you to be like polite Japanese deer. They're bowing at you because they're like, feed me, like give me some effing food right now.
They've been conditioned.
Yes.
They know if they bow, someone's going to give them food. They bow at you. If you don't give them food, they go to the next person, bow until they get food. And it's cool. A lot of them are just kind of like laying there, hanging out, and you can pet them. And their antlers are super fuzzy.
So soft.
But like soft fuzz. Like it's weird. Like obviously they're hard, but like they're coated in like some super soft fuzz. And they'll just let you like pet them, play with their antlers, whatever. They're super chill. But it is definitely very busy. A lot of people.
Poo everywhere.
There's poo everywhere. Me, Dave, and my dad all stepped in some.
Yeah.
So like, just be warned.
Which I found was really funny.
Yeah. Well, you're lucky you didn't step. I thought it was funny too when I saw my dad do it, and then Dave do it, and I'm like, oh, idiots! Like, just look for the poo, and then I do it too. We probably spent 4 or 5 hours.
I would
there.
do 2 hours max. I would just have a train booked and like come back right away. Go see the deer, come back. They do have a shrine temple there, which is like I think the oldest one in Kyoto. So it's cool to like go and see it. The nice thing about it is there's lanterns up and down the pathways, like these big concrete lanterns.
Yeah, it's like this big forest. You're in the middle of this big forest. There's this huge pathway, lanterns on each side, and then you get to this temple. But there is a sea of people.
Super hard to find a bathroom too.
Yeah, there's not really any bathrooms anywhere.
No.
So make sure you go when you see one because you don't know when you're going to see one again.
Yes, and let me tell you, it's tricky.
You might end up in a bush.
We will not share the stories of our group.
That's a secret.
Especially when it's at like a sacred place. But like
you got to do what you got to do sometimes.
So 2 hours is more than enough.
Yeah, go see the deer.
We did have really good lunch. It was like I think it's called katsu beef. And so it's like deep fried steak. You can get anything from like a strip loin for like $20 for the meal to like $60 if you want the Wagyu. And it's really good. It's fried. It comes with rice and miso soup and like a whole meal. And
it's like deep fried, but it's like breaded. So envision like a chicken fried steak, but instead of mashed potatoes and gravy, you're getting like rice and miso and some like soy sauce and stuff like that.
Totally.
Like, really, really good.
Really good.
I would have gotten the Wagyu if I knew how good it was. My sister got it. I was a little skeptical about the place. It seemed kind of like a tourist trap, but it wasn't.
So I just went for cheap and cheerful, and I thought mine was really good too.
Yeah, hers was really good. Yeah. Mine was. They were all good. But
and then the train home from Nara, like Japan prides itself on being timely and like being on time. This train was like 45 minutes to an hour late.
Yeah.
And we were standing on the platform, like waiting, like you're squished in there with 100 people waiting, and then I could see that the lady was like saying something. So I went over after I talked to her like 20 times, kept being like, is the train coming? And she kept saying, it might come, it might come. So that wasn't really reassuring. But eventually she's like, go to this platform. Your train's coming. So we had to like rush over there, which is super stressful, trying to move amongst these people.
And everyone's trying to do this all at the same time. So it's just like super crowded, a sea of people. You still don't know if you're getting on the right train because you don't really understand what's going on, but you're hoping for the best. You're hoping the train shows up. And it finally did.
Yep. It wasn't as nice as the first one.
No.
We were in like a little chamber down below. It was super hot.
It's like a 2-level train, and this is almost like in the basement.
But we did get snacks. So we got like a good strawberry sandwich with whipping cream.
Yeah.
And then you DJ'd for us. The girls had girl time, and we gave each other back tickles. And
I set a timer, so it's every minute you have to switch.
On the train, so you're not always like at the front or the back of the train.
Yeah, the tickle train, that is.
We were like training on the train.
And then I was playing some Post Malone for them. Some like chill Post Malone.
I like you, I do.
You still don't know the lyrics, do you? I like you, I do. I want to be friends while shopping in the Benz. I like you, I do.
Good job, Maddie.
Went to bed as friends and we woke up in Japan. I like you.
How did you not tell me this till now?
What do you mean?
I would have so used it for one of my Instagram stories.
Well,
woke up in Japan.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's perfect.
Yeah.
And then the next morning we did the Otter Cafe.
Right.
I would do it again just because they're so cute. However, it smelled like the second you walked in that building, like puppy pee.
And it's like on the second floor of some high-rise building type thing. And like right when you walk in the first floor, it smells kind of weird. Then you get in the elevator, and you're like, it smells even weirder. And the actual room smelled better than I was expecting after smelling that on our way in.
And we did do a private tour, so it was about $200 for the 7 of us. And the otters just literally you sit on the floor and they just run around you.
Yeah, I was kind of expecting that they'd be a little more chill and you'd get to like kind of cuddle and pet.
Not really wanted to cuddle an otter.
Yeah, I wanted to like sit on my lap and just kind of like pet it for a little bit, but they literally just kind of like run around in zigzags. They have a little bucket of water in the middle and it'll like jump in the bucket of water, jump out, splash everyone, run around, grab some food. Like she gives you some food to put in your hand. It's like cat food. It'll come, grab some of that, and then just run around. So it's like
they're crazy.
Yeah.
And its name was Wasabi.
Yeah. I think they had 4 different otters. We got to meet 2 of them. Mm-hmm. It depends what mood they're in, if they'll bring them out or what. So like you meet one, they put it away, bring out another one, and like kind of switch it up. So Wasabi was the cool one. They were both cool. Wasabi was smaller too, I think. The bigger one
kind of scared me.
Like, he was actually like pretty big. Yeah. Like, and she even did say like Wasabi, like
she's like Wasabi you could pet anywhere at any time.
Yeah.
This other one is like, if he's eating, don't touch him and only pet his head.
Yeah, and otherwise, and she had scratch marks, scars all over her arms.
So I wasn't messing around with this otter.
So it's like they seem sweet and playful, but they can be.
But they loved her so much. Like they would go and cuddle with her.
Yeah, they were. She was the only one that got.
We were all
cuddles.
jealous.
Yeah.
And then after that, we went to Burger Revolution, which is like we got Instagram tricked into that one.
Yeah, like it was
okay. So expensive. Every burger was like $50.
Yeah, if the burger was $18, I would have been like, oh, that was good.
And I think that's why we were so excited. We're like, okay, a $50 burger, like this is gonna be.
It's got to be amazing.
Yeah, it wasn't.
And it is like it's all over Instagram and stuff. Right?
Like it was good, but not even close to the best burger ever. Like the Big Mac that I had at McDonald's was better.
I agree.
Yeah.
For the price, I would actually give it like a 4 out of 10.
Me too. After Burger Revolution, we went to the Nishi Food Market, which we were too full to eat anything.
Yeah.
But I actually didn't care. Like, there's nothing I saw that I was like, I really want to try.
It was all just like really weird, like seafood and sparrows. And...
Yeah, so it was more like, and then they had this like octopus thing, and the head was filled with a surprise quail egg, they said.
Yeah, it's like a mini quail egg inside this little mini octopus.
So if you said like it's gonna be delicious and like one of the best things you're gonna put in your mouth, absolutely I'd eat it. But like for shock factor to be like, look at this weird thing I'm eating, I'm not into it.
Yeah, no, like we watched videos of people trying the food there. No one was like going crazy for it.
So they were just doing it for effect.
Exactly. So it was cool
to see. Which I love to do, but not for food.
Yeah, it was cool to see. It was interesting. I'm glad we saw it. Super busy, like hard to get through because like the alleys are super narrow. So you're like 1,000 people in this tiny little alley trying to get through. But it was cool to see. And then we saw like the little 2D cafe, which that was kind of a gimmick as well.
Totally.
Like cool to
see for a second. Pictures look better than it actually was.
Yeah, like to peek your head in, but I wouldn't get food there, eat there.
And then the knife shop, the knives were from like $200 to like $10,000. I would have gotten one if I just like could have had more patience.
Yeah, I also don't know if I trust that it's actually like that good of a knife.
I feel like it has to be.
Because like for like a $500 knife, you could get like 10 decent knives. I don't know.
I don't know. I think it is worth it.
I don't know.
But your sister got one, and they are sharp. Let me tell you, because she definitely cut herself when she was having a peek at it, and she was bleeding. So
yeah,
it was funny. And then after that, I think we just headed back.
Yeah, no, me and you, we split ways with my sister.
Some shopping. It was like a nice little mall. Got some gifts for people.
And then we went to the Disney store.
Yes. I'm sure the people who are wanting to hear all about Tokyo want to hear about the Disney store.
Well, they have a Disney store in this area.
But was it very good?
It's nothing special. There's no clothes or anything good like that. Like I'm in it for the Disney apparel, and there's just like I have like 60 Disney shirts, and I wanted to get a cool one from Japan, and I didn't find one. So that was a bust. So then after that, we just headed back to the hotel. I think we chilled a little bit, and then got ready to go to the show.
Oh yeah, okay, the show.
Yeah.
Was that called like Guyon Center? It was a traditional art show. I'm sorry, I don't want to poo-poo over like the cultural show, but I'll never get that hour of my life back.
I think it was the biggest tourist trap I've ever seen. I
could have played the recorder, dressed Matt up in something, and had him just stand there for 10 to 15 minutes while we listened to this. You're not supposed to do any video recording or photos or anything, but I had to take like just a recording of it because I couldn't imagine what I was listening to. I'm like, is this real?
It's really bad. Yeah. So I would definitely not recommend it.
Oh, I think they have another like room beside it where the locals sit and watch the idiots who paid to watch that show. Because I did the math when I was sitting in there because like I had nothing else to do except for like do calculations in my head, and I'm not even good at math. And I was like, they're making $20,000 a night on this stinking show.
To do 2 shows, each are an hour long in this crappy little area.
So like now I want to like start like a cultural show somewhere.
Yeah, seriously. Like if you can just get tourists to like think they're gonna see something cool and cultural, and
they just bring out one geisha at some point, and
it was just really bad. I don't recommend it. I give it a 1.
And the comedy part was in Japanese when we're all tourists.
Yeah, and somehow people in the crowd were laughing.
So maybe people did like it. And you know what? If you like it, good for you. I'm glad because I'm glad someone does.
Yeah, because I definitely didn't.
And then after that, we went, Sushiro. Oh, you touch the screen and the food comes.
Yeah.
Conveyor belt sushi.
It was very busy, long line to get in. We waited probably 45 minutes, but thankfully there was a 7-Eleven next door, so we could get some beer and just kind of chill while we wait. But it was nice.
I had to wait inside with my ticket.
Yeah, I know.
But you guys...
I came down after and waited with you.
So you get it, you go push the button, it gives you a little number. When your number is called, you go up, you scan it, and then it tells you which table to go to. And then at that table, you order whatever you want. At the end of your meal, you take your ticket back to the cash register, scan it, put in your money, and leave. So there's like no servers. You can hit a service assist button if you like have a problem with something. Even though the food wasn't the best, 12 out of 10 experience for sure. It was just cool.
Yeah, the food's like a 7 out of 10,
Yep.
6 out of 10, but the experience overall is a 10 out of 10.
Like a beer comes to you on a conveyor belt.
Yeah, just push a button and it comes to you.
And quick too.
Yeah.
Yeah, next morning.
Well, that night actually, then we got out and it was pouring rain, and there was no cabs anywhere.
Couldn't even order an Uber.
That was our very last night. We were trying to like say goodbye to everyone, but we didn't even
say goodbye to his family.
We just started running to try to get back to the hotel and find a cab. End up like pretty wet, and then finally halfway back to the hotel, a cab pulls up and we get in.
Totally.
And he takes us back.
Could have been a murder. I still would have got in.
I know, like we were soaked. Like it was pouring.
Yeah, and then the next morning we had a driver take us to Osaka, and then from Osaka got in a flight to Tokyo.
Well, I did in Osaka get a green tea from the vending machine.
That is true.
So did you, I think.
Yep.
We drank that.
That's actually when my throat started to tickle. So I blame that green tea. But it did say on it something like helps fat loss or fat reduction.
So that's why she needed it.
So I was like, oh my God, give me all the green teas. Yeah. My overall thoughts on Japan is I loved it. I loved the culture, especially. The people were so great. Everyone's really friendly, accommodating, hardworking.
Yeah. The culture there is awesome.
Toilets, like everyone's walking around with a clean bum. And you know what? I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's nice to know. Like the friendliest people out of any country or any place I've ever been. The hardest working people I've ever seen, I think, like even at any restaurant.
He's just copying and saying what I just said.
But it's just, that's what it is.
I know.
And I would definitely go back.
Me too.
And really enjoyed it.
Only problem was the jet lag. It took me, it's a week and a half now, hence why we've forgotten a couple things. But I'm still struggling a little bit.
But she also got sick. So she's like conflating the two.
I still don't know if I was sick or jet lagged, and I just can't tell.
Well, you've been jet lagged before, and you didn't have a sore chest
but everyone
and a sore
says,
throat. And
no, I think the chest
a
was
runny nose.
I got hurt on a ride at Disney.
And a runny nose. That has nothing to do with jet lag.
I don't know, Matt. Yeah. I think my body was detoxing.
So she got sick and had jet lag at the same time, and she thinks like, oh, jet lag's super bad but it was the sickness.
It was awful. Anyways, besides that, I would 100% recommend Japan.
Yes, definitely. You got to go check it out, and you'll have a good time.
And end this video, what are you going to say?
I'm going to say kudasai.
So please? Oh, funny story. Matt gets his thank yous and pleases mixed up. No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
In a different video that didn't record.
Yeah, whatever.
So, funny story. Matt gets his pleases and thank yous mixed up. So his sister took a picture of us, and
no, I took a picture of them, and my sister said oh, thank you. And I was going to say, I said, you can thank me later, but I said, you can kudasai me later.
So he's like, you can please me later to his sister. Yeah. So we're all like.
I got the words mixed up. I meant to say, you can, what's
thank me?
What's thank you though in?
Oh, arigato?
I was going to say, you can arigato me later, which it still sounds weird no matter how you say it. But I meant to say, you can thank me later, and I said, you can please me later. So.
But arigato gozaimasu for watching.
Yes, and
like, subscribe.
Yeah, but how
turn
do
on notifications.
How do you say goodbye?
Sayonara.
No, it's like soya roya or something.
It's sayonara.
It's not sayonara, but it's something similar to that. So.
Oh my God.
See you later. Thanks for watching.